guys, today I'm going to show you how to measure out the boxes for the Frame Stella project. So it is ideal that you can get a 9 by 12 inch piece of paper at school. If you are a virtual student and that is not possible, then you can use 8.5 by 11 inch piece of paper. But for this particular case, you're going to need 2, and it's going to take a little bit of extra work to get it to be 9 by 12. If you go to school in the hybrid model, you need to try to get a 9 by 12 piece of paper, if possible, from school prior to whether you're an A or B day doing this project. So I'm going to take my paper. This is a 9 by 12 paper, and it's not like this. It's not horizontal. It's vertical. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter, but for this case, I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to put it on the top of the paper. And I'm going to be making 3-inch by 3-inch boxes. Measuring is super important because if it's not done correctly here, your project's not going to look good. So I'm going to make a mark at 3. I'm going to make a mark at 6. And remember, you can pause this video at any time. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to put it on the table, and I'm going to put it on the bottom just like this, and I'll align it with the left side so my ruler's on the table. I'm going to make a mark at 3. I'm going to make a mark at 6. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to connect those 2 marks together. Now make sure your ruler is on the top mark and the bottom mark before you draw a line. You may want to do this lightly just in case you mess up. Okay, so I'm going to connect the other ones together, and this is going, it's hard to see on my document camera, but this is going all the way to the edge of the paper. When I'm done, I'm going to turn my paper on its side. I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to put it at the top. I'm going to make a mark at 3. I'm going to make a mark at 6. And I'm going to make a mark at 9. I'm going to scoop my ruler down. I'm going to put it on the table. Align my ruler with the left side. I'm going to make a mark at 3, 6, and 9. All right. Now, I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to connect those together. And what I should have in the end is 12 3-inch by 3-inch boxes. If your lines are a little crooked or this way or that way, or some boxes are really small, some are really big, your measurements are probably not correct. And then you need to go back and redo it, or flip it over to the back and try it again and then see which side looks better. Okay, so if you're at school, this is the last step for this video. You can turn it off and then move to the next video. If you are at home and you have 8.5 by 11 inch paper, we're going to have to do a little taping and cutting in order to get this to be the right size. So I'm going to try to move my document camera up just a little bit so you can see a little better, possibly. Okay, so what we have going here, I'm going to scoot my computer up a bit, is we're going to need 2 8.5 by 11 inch pieces of paper so that what we can attempt to do is tape them together and make a 9 by 12 inch paper. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put the 2 pieces of copy paper together. I'm going to take some tape and very carefully, this is like really important, I'm going to tape along the line. Now, they're not overlapping, they're just right next to each other. The accuracy of this part is super important because the one side of our paper is we're only going to be using like 1/2 inch of it. Okay, so I've got this all taped. I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure a 9 by 12 inch piece of paper. So this is super long right here. I'm going to take my ruler and I am going to put it on the paper, align it with the left side, and I'm going to make a mark at 12. I'm going to move it down, align it with the left side, somewhere in the middle. There's no exact mark. I'm going to make a mark at 12. Move it down to the bottom, align it with the left side, make a mark at 12. Now, I'm going to connect these together, these lines together. That's very important. Okay, So now I have a 12-inch part of the paper here. This is 12 inches, okay? Now, I'm going to turn my paper just like this. So this line, it looks horizontal right now. I wish I had a bigger document camera, but this is all I can kind of show you. The big part is on the top, and I'm going to measure over 9 inches. So I put my ruler on the paper, okay? I go and I make a mark at 9, move it down somewhere in the middle, make a mark at 9, move it down, let's say right below the bottom, okay? So this is like the little part down here. Make a mark at 9. Then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to connect these marks together as straight as I can. All the way to this line. So what I essentially did right here is this is a 9 by 12 inch piece of paper. I made this piece of paper to look exactly like the 9 by 12 paper that I got at school. So I'm going to cut this as carefully as I can. And hopefully you don't have any too big of like gaps in your paper. All right, now when I'm done with this, you're gonna see, I could turn it this way, but this is 12 inches. This is 9 inches. So now I'm ready to do the exact same thing as I did at the first part of the video. I made a mark at 3 and 6. I'm doing this quickly because I already explained it at the beginning of the video. 3 and 6. I connect them together. This is exactly the same as the beginning of the video, like I said. Then I turn it on its side. I make a mark at 3, 6, and 9. And then at the bottom, 3, 6, and 9. And then I'm going to connect those together, and I'm going to get the same grid as the people at school got. If you have questions, let me know. Thanks.